Hi, I'm T.R. Williams, County Executive.
Hi, I'm Keith Durham, Mayor of the City of Lawrenceburg, the birthplace of Southern gospel music and the home of David Crockett.
Hi everybody, I'm Alan Betts. I'm host president of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series held in Lawrenceburg.
On behalf of the citizens of Lawrence County,
I want to welcome you to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series.
PSEC Productions, in association with K2 Media, proudly presents the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV Online. Now live from the birthplace of Southern gospel music and the land of Crockett. With Cam Mashburn, here's Kevin Kilpatrick.
It's the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, folks. And we are underway with the game on Tom Cruise Field. And we have tonight California against Florida. Both teams trying to improve upon their record. Westchester, California, right now with a 2-1 record.
Absolutely.
And Sarasota with a 3-0 record. Kevin Kilpatrick along with Cam Mashburn. And we are underway. And the first batter for Westchester, California is Michael Gonzalez. And he sees 4 balls. And they're all balls. And he is now on base with a 4-pitch walk to start this thing off. Westchester, California, the visiting team, and the home team is Sarasota, Florida. 1 on, no outs. We are underway. Cam Mashburn, my broadcast partner, can talk about some keys to tonight's games.
Yeah, the keys to tonight's game are brought to you by Williams Auto Sale and Auto Credit. The next time you're looking for a car or truck, go see Bobby O'Reilly for your new set of keys. The keys tonight are to keep your feet under you because this field has got a lot of rain today. It's rained all day. This is the first hour of the day it's probably not rained for a solid hour. So the outfield is going to be really wet. They did tarp the infield, so it should be okay. But the outfield is very wet, so just keep sure footing underneath you.
Starting lineups are brought to you by First Farmers for the life you lead. As I mentioned, Michael Gonzalez on first base with a walk. And no outs here on the top of the first. Adrian Morales now batting. Batting third is Joe Fortin for Westchester. And the runner goes, and there's the throw down to second, and he is safely in there. Michael Gonzalez reaches second base safely. Ryan Gervais is your cleanup batter. Kennedy Guillen bats fifth. Max Sterner bats sixth. Hunter Lynch batting seventh. Mateo Camano batting eighth. And Nate Lorenz as your final batter, ninth. And again, the conditions tonight, we have had rain on and off all day today here in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. So we are fortunate to get this game in. I know the game time start was delayed just a little bit, but we are pleased to be able to play some baseball. Cam, tell us a little bit about the weather, please.
Yeah, it's time now for our weather report brought to you by Martin Methodist College, providing an education that's personal. Currently, it is 76 and falling here at Tom Cruise Field with a slight wind out of the southeast. Humidity is about 83%, and that's pretty muggy for these parts, which is Southern for saying pretty muggy for here.
Exactly. There's a grounder to the second baseman. He will field and throw on to first. And the out is completed by the first baseman making the tag as the throw was a little errant. 1 away here in the top of the first inning. The runner does advance to third, though. Michael Gonzalez on third base. 2015 Babe Ruth World Series is brought to you on the X Sports Radio Network, X Sports TV as well. And 1 away, top of the first inning, and now batting is Joe Fortin.
Fastball down and away.
With Cam Mashburn, I'm Kevin Kilpatrick from our Park Slumber broadcast position at Tom Cruise Field. 1 ball, no strikes to Fortin. This look at your field condition and dimensions brought to you by ExpressMed Urgent and Primary Care. Convenient, fast, painless. ExpressMed, are you sick? They are quick. With 2 balls and no strikes, 1 away in the top of the first. 322 down the right field line as that ball is chopped foul. 370 straightaway center. And down the left field line, 327 feet. Only seen 1 home run in the tournament. And it was a shot over the left field wall. Joe Fortin, the lefty, now batting for Westchester, California. 2 balls, 1 strikes. 1 away. The ball's high. 3-1.
Seems to be missing a little bit with his control right now. Walked the first batter. Got an out on the second. We've seen the pitchers so far in this tournament, first inning or so, kind of struggle a little bit.
Westchester threatening in the top of the first as they now have runners on first and third as Joe Fortin takes a walk.
I saw the Sarasota coaches today at lunch eating at Square 40. It looked like they were in deep conversation. I didn't bother them. But they were.
You wanted to, though, didn't you?
I wanted to talk to them a little bit, kind of get their ideas of the game. But I was with some family that was in town and for my grandmother's funeral. And so, yeah, we just kind of left them alone.
Ryan Gervais now batting for California. The big first baseman wears number 5. Westchester wearing the white unis with the red numbering and the blue trim, the navy blue trim, as there is a quick timeout called as the coach from Sarasota is going to have a discussion with his pitcher who has walked 2 out of the first 3 batters and has a first ball thrown to the cleanup batter. So he's going to go check on him, try to get him under control.
Yeah, and this game was originally supposed to have gotten started at about 5:30. There were a little over an hour behind that. So, whatever routine he was getting in, I'm sure it was altered to some degree, and there's a lot of uncertainty even if we're going to get these games in. Because in previous games, once they pulled the tarp, they had another hour of work, but they pulled the tarp tonight and said, let's go. They striped the field, and off we went. So it may have played with the psyche just a little bit.
All in all, the field's not in bad condition. They had the big tarps throughout the infield, and they had tarps covering a good portion of the outfield as well prior to the start of our game, so they were able to keep them reasonably dry, but a little bit moist, but all in all, not too bad. 1 ball, 1 strike to Gervais.
Yeah, and what got us on Friday night that got the games postponed on Friday was the fact that the storm come up so quick they didn't have time to get the tarps down.
Gervais, 1-2 now, 1 away in the top of the first inning, no score. Westchester, California taking on Sarasota, Florida. Westchester at bat.
Every night after the games since Friday, they have tarped the fields at night.
The runner goes, no throw. Second and third, and that pitch is in there for a strike. 2-2 count to Gervais.
Of course, Westchester lost the first game of the tournament to South Brazoria County, Texas. And somewhat of a heartbreaker, Westchester had led the entire game.
3-2. The ball's thrown wild. Runner is coming home, and he is in there safely. 1-0. Westchester, California takes an early lead as Joe Fortin scampers down to third.
Of course, Westchester, California is the home to L.A. International Airport, otherwise known as LAX.
3-2 count to Gervais. 1 away. Top of the first inning, 1-0 early for Westchester, California. There's a pop fly into right center field. That might find some grass, and it will. It is deep into right center field, up against the wall. Gervais rounding second and opts to stay at second. And another runner will score. 2-0 Westchester.
I like the little fist pump that Gervais gave on second. Once he come to his stopping place, he looked over at the dugout and gave him a fist pump. He's fired up about that one. And Kevin, out there in that particular area of the field where that was hit, it's going to be really sloppy, really soggy. So that's going to come into play. If you hit a ball in a gap, some of the faster players may not be able to track it down just because they can't get their footing under them.
So an RBI double for Gervais, who is on second base. And now batting is Kennedy Guillen. Takes the first pitch for a strike. 1 away, 2-0. And we are in the top of the first inning. That ball carried.
It did.
Not a whole lot of wind right now.
No, there's not.
Tapped foul. 0-2 quickly to Guillen. No balls, 2 strikes. to Kennedy Guillen, who wears number 3. That curveball a little bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Both dugouts have substantial water still standing in front of them. But there's no standing water anywhere on the field.
Sure, they're going to be going through a lot of balls tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
Breaking ball high again. Evens the count, 2-2.
It's very important for the pitchers to be able to find their grip, and that's going to be another key to the game is grip and footing both. You know, just we've seen some errant throws in the games on the wetter fields.
Just outside. Full count to Guillen. 1 on second. That's Ryan Gervais. 1 away. Top of the first inning. California leading early, 2-0.
I think Sarasota wanted that call.
That ball is popped up. Shortstop seems to be camping under it in short left field, and he will make the play. 2 away in the top of the first.
I was getting a little nervous as he was backpedaling out there into the shallow outfield because that tends to be where some of the water runs off the tarps that were on the field is in that area. But he did a very nice job of making sure his feet were under him and made a nice catch.
Now batting Max Sterner, the pitcher for Sarasota, wearing number 44, the big lefty. First pitch is a ball. Runner on second is Ryan Gervais. 2 away in the top of the first inning. California leads 2-0. The 1-0 delivery. That is low. And the pitcher for Sarasota, Christian Gardner, wears number 24. He is a righty.
Seems like we've seen Christian pitch a couple innings in one of Sarasota's earlier, Westchester's earlier games.
That pitch is in there for a strike. 2-1 count to Max Sterner.
There's two Gardners on either team. I was looking at the wrong one. It's Sarasota. But, yeah, it seems like we've seen him pitch before.
That ball is lifted into shallow center field, and it will get past the diving center fielder. Ryan Gervais will come in to score, and Sterner onto second base with a double. 3-0 Westchester.
You have to think if it's dry out there, the center fielder tracks that one down. But there again, you don't know. He made a great effort, full extension.
You can tell when he was running in for the ball that his steps were very measured. He was trying to be very careful not to slip and fall.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 runs on 2 hits thus far for Westchester.
Hunter Lynch now batting for Westchester. He is the left fielder, wears number 30, has the pants pulled up high with the navy blue leggings with the bright red stripe with the white stripes around that. 1-1 or 2-0. Check that.
Reminiscent of a old school hockey sock stocking.
You remember the White Sox from back in the 70s wore the navy blue and the red, and they kind of had that color scheme.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Hunter Lynch has on the white helmet.
Of course, I wasn't born yet, but, you know.
You youngins.
Oh, I'm over 30, man.
And the runner goes. The throw down to third is not in time, and the ball gets past the third baseman. The left fielder backing up, but he will not have a throw. Max Sterner comes in to score. It is 4-0. Top of the first inning. Westchester, California leads.
Yeah, the throw was a little high for the runner to get him, but at the same time, it did hit the third baseman's glove and just scurried on out into the outfield.
The 3-1 count to Lynch. And that ball is really high. He will take his base. So Gardner struggling in this first inning, and the umpire is going to come visit with him again, and we're going to have a pitching change already. So let's take this break. It's 4-0. Westchester leads over Sarasota, top of the first inning. This is the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
They say time is money, and if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
And we are back. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Farm Bureau of Tennessee in Lawrence and Giles County. Call Farm Bureau today for all your insurance needs and get an insurance checkup. Coming in the pitch now for Sarasota is Chase Doyle.
And after recording only 2 outs, Christian Gardner is lifted. He has given up 4 runs, 2 of them earned. So Sarasota trying to settle this thing down and not let the game get out of hand. 4-0 is the score. The batter shows bunt, and the runner will be stealing second, and he is in there safely. That is Hunter Lynch heading down to second.
Jumping on him quick. Kind of maybe catching the new pitcher off guard just a little bit.
And it's Mateo Camano now batting for Westchester. No balls, 1 strike.
Nice pitch.
Even count now, 1-1.
Just missed the outside corner.
Runner on second base is Hunter Lynch.
Nice pitch.
That ball's in there for a strike.
Going to give that one to him.
2-1.
Look like those were
Or 1-2 rather.
Almost an identical position.
They did look similar.
It's good. You want to paint the corners. It's what you're taught as a pitcher.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the top of the first inning. 4-0 California leads.
Especially if you're going to throw a lot of fastballs, you really want to locate them well.
Nice pitch.
The runner at second fakes a run to third, but thinks better of it. Count even 2-2. Now the runner goes. Hunter Lynch will get into third, standing up. Another stolen base.
Finish your pitches, bud.
Swing and a miss. Mateo Camano goes down swinging, and that is our 3rd out of the inning. After a half inning, it's 4-0 California over Sarasota. Bottom of the first on the way. This is the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story & Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story & Lee.
We know when we come into Story & Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You got to come see Story & Lee.
Story & Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
And this tournament recap is brought to you by State Farm agent Brad Nilsson. For all your home, auto, and life insurance needs, call Brad Nilsson at 762-8181. Both these teams come in with good records. Both look to be advancing to the next round of the single elimination. Sarasota, of course, is 3-0. Westchester, California is 2-1, losing their first game to South Brazoria County, Texas.
Max Sterner, the big lefty, will be pitching for California. He wears number 44. His battery mate for Westchester wears number 3, and that is Kennedy Guillen. Leading off for Sarasota is Christian Gardner, followed by Robbie Vasallo, then Ben McCabe, followed by DJ McCarty batting 4th. Chase Doyle bats 5th. Nick Saranzak batting 6th. Sebi Hazard bats 7th. Hayes Bush batting 8th. Will Riesenberger batting 9th. And then Camry Banks batting 10th. DJ McCarty will be the extra hitter in the lineup for Sarasota. Christian Gardner wears number 24, and Sarasota today with the navy blue uniform tops with the white pants with the blue pinstripes, and Gardner wearing his pants all the way down. More of a new school look.
Yeah, absolutely.
1-0. Pop fly to shallow right field, and the second baseman's going to be underneath it making the play. 1 away. Gardner's retired. Now batting Robbie Vasallo.
Robbie's had a fine tournament thus far.
That ball's right down the middle, and it is fouled out of play. 0-1. Robbie swinging the Hunter Orange bat. You like that?
I was fixing to say the same thing. You beat me to it.
The chartreuse-colored batting gloves. He's all about those neon colors, isn't he?
He is, man.
Quickly 0-2 to Vasallo. Sterner with the delivery. Check swing. Does he go? Apparently not. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a breaking ball in there for a swinging strike. Couldn't lay off that one.
No, that was a nasty pitch. Not much you can do with that one.
2 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Westchester leading over Sarasota 4-0 as Ben McCabe.
He was our player of the game the last time we had Sarasota.
And there is a bloop single over the second baseman's head. Ben McCabe will reach safely. 1 on, 2 away in the bottom of this first inning. DJ McCarty, the extra hitter, comes to the dish.
Tell you what, Ben McCabe's had a very, very fine tournament.
Sterner from the stretch delivers that first pitch for a strike to McCarty. The 0-1. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Quickly 0-2 to DJ McCarty.
Of course, DJ started the game pitching against South Brazoria County. It was up and down start.
The 0-2 delivery. That ball's outside. Max Sterner with a nice fastball and a great breaking pitch.
He really is got a really nice curveball.
There it is. just a bit outside. 2-2.
That's one of those you hope to get the batter chasing on. And let's see if he comes back here with some sort of heater on the inside corner of the plate.
The 2-2 delivery is outside.
Just missed the spot.
Yeah. DJ McCarty was taken off for first base. He thought that was 4 balls. He removed his shin guard from his left leg and was tossing it away. And he steps back in the box, realizing it's only 3 balls.
It's very interesting.
The 3-2 delivery.
Now it's
a walk.
How many times have you done that? You lost track of the count or the outs in a game? I have. I mean, I've done it on multiple times. I've ran into the dugout before on first base. We're in the near side dugout, just going in, take me a seat. And they're like, come on back.
Runners on first and second here in the bottom of the first inning. 2 away. Westchester, California leading 4-0. Sarasota with a scoring opportunity, though. That ball is hit back through the middle. The pitcher is able to stop it. Sterner throws on to first for the third and final out of the inning. 4-0 our score. Westchester leads over Sarasota, Florida. Top of the second on the way. It's the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Darryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Darryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance, and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
Nate Lorenz now batting for Westchester, California. His first at bat. He is the final batter in the lineup. He shows bunt, pulls it back, and it is indeed a strike. Lorenz wears number 21. 1 ball, 1 strike to Lorenz as we are on the top of the second inning. Westchester, California leading 4-0. Chase Doyle pitching for Sarasota from the windup. The 2-1 delivery is a ball. Now it's 3-1. And that pitch is inside. Nate Lorenz will take his base.
Tell you what, it just seems like if you ever get in a groove of pitching, it seems like it carries over the whole team. It seems like it really settles the rest of the pitchers that come in, and it's just we've seen a lot of command issues from a lot of these teams. Almost every team's had it at certain times.
4 walks thus far for Westchester, or for Sarasota, as that ball is lifted into right center field for a base hit. Michael Gonzalez is rounding first, and he is going to go for 2, and he will be in there safely as Nate Lorenz ends up on third base. Runners on second and third, no outs here in the top of the second.
Of course, Westchester had issues in their first game with walking guys and wild pitches and things and some errors. Cost them the game ultimately. And, they didn't get the timely hits that they needed, but they have not lost since. And this Sarasota team is, of course, undefeated.
Adrian Morales now batting for Westchester. That first pitch is a ball. Morales wears number 7. Big, athletic-looking kid, probably about 6 foot tall. That ball is foul-tipped, 1-1. Now he has opted to wear the royal blue helmet with the gray accents. That pitch is taken high. 2 balls, 1 strike to Morales, who grounded out to second his first time up. The 2-1 is low, 3-1. Sarasota struggling to get these pitches in the strike zone.
Definitely are.
The 3-1 delivery from Chase Doyle. Just a bit outside. Morales will take the base. Bases loaded now. Top of the second inning. No outs. Joe Fortin steps up to the plate.
Yeah, this has definitely got dangerous in a hurry here for Sarasota.
Lorenz on third, Gonzalez on second, and now Morales on first as the lefty Joe Fortin steps up. Takes the first pitch outside, 1-0.
And yesterday, every key to the game I had on every game was throw strikes.
Well, that's the pattern we've seen in this tournament.
Yeah, it really is.
When you can't get strikes, you're going to struggle. 2-0 now to Fortin.
And it's frustrating for these young men out here. Pitching it's not easy, and it's very difficult. And you know, it could be
ripped foul.
You know, you could be off just a slightly with your arm angle or your release point, just ever so slightly, and it ruins your whole day. And you come out the next day and you're perfect. You know,
yeah.
So pitching is so finicky. Everything's got to be working in harmony.
The 2-1 delivery to Fortin, outside, 3-1.
The biggest thing is you cannot get frustrated with it. You just got to keep your cool, forget about the one previous.
Bases loaded, no outs. The 3-1 delivery is ripped foul. Down the right field line, it bounds over the bullpen pitching mound as the bat boy trots down to get it all the way down in the corner. Local bat boys for all these teams.
Absolutely.
Isn't that Chris Kidd's boy? That ball is ripped down the right field line in fair territory. Lorenz scores. Coming around to score also is Gonzalez. Morales will end up at third. That is a 2 RBI double for Joe Fortin. 6-0 is our score.
Tell you what, California has really come out firing away, firing on all cylinders, taking advantage of some of the walks and getting timely hits when they need it. And he finally straightened one out. He'd been hit a couple down that right field line, but he was able to get that one just into fair territory.
Joe Fortin on second base, Adrian Morales on third. Stepping up to the plate is Ryan Gervais, who doubled his first time up with an RBI. 6-0 is our score. No outs here in the top of the second. Westchester leading over Sarasota. The delivery is lifted into deep left field. Sky high, and it will be caught for an out. The runner tags coming home. Morales will be in safely. The runner also advancing to third is Joe Fortin.
Yeah, and you have to think at that point you would like to cut that off instead of coming hot. Now, that was a great cannon as far as power. It's a little offline, but, from that deep, I don't know that you have a shot at throwing the runner out at home. Maybe you want to cut that off to hold that runner on second. But
yeah, that's McCabe out there in left field for Sarasota. We've seen his gun from behind the plate, but he's playing left field for Sarasota tonight as Kennedy Guillen takes the first pitch for a ball. Kennedy Guillen flew out to shortstop his first time up. Second pitch is swung on and missed.
Very nice pitch there.
Kennedy Guillen crowding the plate. He's got his, he puts his feet right there on the inside part of the chalk.
He's done that the entire tournament. Not afraid to get on top of that plate.
He's got the compression sleeve on his right elbow.
He might ought to wear some kind of hard plastic.
On the left elbow. Yeah. The 2-1 delivery is in there for a strike, 2-2.
So maybe you know the answer to this. Why do some of the guys wear a compression sleeve on one arm versus the other? Do they have an injury or something on a particular arm that's?
You know, it's likely because that's his throwing arm as that ball is lifted over the shortstop's head for an RBI single for Kennedy Guillen.
And that's a good point. It may have more to do with fielding than it does, obviously, with batting. So, interesting.
Fortin comes in to score. That's an RBI single for Kennedy Guillen. Yeah, you know, maybe that throwing arm is a little bit tender in the elbow area, and the compression helps out.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Good call. Of course, we see some kids on both arms. I don't believe I could do it. I think I would get too hot. Well, it's just not too bad tonight, but, you know, down in Sarasota or even Southern California, you know, it might be a little warmer than it is here tonight.
The big lefty Max Sterner now batting for Westchester, and he is down quickly 0-2. 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. 8-0 is our score. Westchester leading over Sarasota.
Looks like he's maybe finding his strike zone. Just Chase Doyle at this point.
Check that. The scoreboard had 2 outs up there a second ago. But, yeah, just 1 out, the fly-out sacrifice from Ryan Gervais. But now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Top of the second inning. 8-0 is the score. 4 runs in the first. 4 runs thus far in the second for Westchester.
And you look up at the scoreboard and it says 8 runs on 4 hits, and that kind of tells the story of. But there's only 1 error for Florida, so it kind of tell the tape, if you will.
The ball is foul tipped. 2-2 count to Max Sterner. On first is Kennedy Guillen.
We haven't really talked about the improvements made to these ballparks for the World Series very much. Of course, new scoreboards on both fields.
Chopper to the first baseman, and he will handle it. Steps on first for the out. 2 away, but advancing to second is Kennedy Guillen.
Of course, at the top of this scoreboard on Tom Cruise Field, it says Wildcats. It's got Wildcat logo on either side. This is the high school field for Lawrence County High School here in Lawrenceburg. This complex houses a football field, 8 or 9 soccer fields, several Cal Ripken or Little League fields.
Hunter Lynch takes the first pitch for a ball.
It also has 2 adult softball fields and 2 girls softball fields and a high school girls softball field.
The 1-0 delivery in there for a strike. Hunter Lynch, his first at bat, walked and stole 2 bases.
And, of course, next year there will be the Miracle Field.
The 1-1 delivery is low. Yeah, explain that a little bit, Cam.
Yeah, basically there was a league started here 2 or 3 years ago for handicapped children, children with special needs. More on that after the pitch.
The 2-1 delivery. Chopper to the third baseman. On to first for out number 3. And we'll talk more about that coming up in just a bit. 8-0 is the score. Westchester leading over Sarasota. Bottom of the second on the way. It's the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
To nothing. Max Sterner, the lefty pitching for California, will be facing Nick Saranzak as we start action here in the bottom of the second inning. Kevin Kilpatrick along with Cam Masherin from our Parks Lumber broadcast position in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, Tom Cruise Field. Sterner deals, and his first pitch is hit into left field over the head of the left fielder, and rounding first, pulling up at second with a slide is Nick Saranzak, leading things off with a double for Sarasota. Their fans excited to see something positive.
Absolutely. Second hit of the game for Sarasota. Very nice. Before we went to break, we were talking about the Miracle Field. It was basically a league that was created 3 or 4 years ago for special needs children and that can't play in a regular baseball league. So they created a league, but they could only play when it was perfectly dry. No more, like a day like today where the field's a little wet, they couldn't play. Had to be dry, had to be right weather conditions.
Sebi has it now batting for Sarasota.
Get some more after this delivery.
First pitch to has it, high and away.
But yeah, and so they quickly started doing some research and realized that they needed a rubberized field. So they started raising money in a charity called Abigail's Plan. And you've seen some of the teams out here wearing the Abigail's Plan shirts.
The 1-0 delivery is lined into left field for a base hit in between third and short. Saranzak rounds third, but he is going to stop. He is held up by his coach. And it's funny because the throw came into the catcher. The throw was up the line, and it bounced. And did you see the splash of water?
I did. Yeah,
when the ball hit the ground?
I'm telling you, right in front of these areas of the dugouts is pretty wet. But the rubberized field, so they decided they needed to raise money, so they created Abigail's Plan. And Abigail was the daughter of Mr. Tommy Lee Kidd, who started the league. And I think they ended up having like 300 kids from all across Middle Tennessee that would participate. So they started raising money. In a year, they raised almost $500,000 for Abigail's Plan.
Hayes Bush now batting, lifts the ball into foul territory, but it is caught by the first baseman for Westchester. One away here in the bottom of the second inning. 2 runners on.
And so now they've kind of moved into formal stages of getting this field underway. It's going to be built here on the Bobby Brewer Park premises. Just outside the main gate here at the World Series, right directly across where some of the parking is now.
Will Riesenberger now batting for Sarasota. First pitch is high and away.
So that will hopefully, if we host another World Series in a few years from now, that part will be completed.
And that's a monumental effort that was handled in about a year's time. It's
really
amazing.
Was. A lot of people gave time and money to that effort.
The 1-0 delivery is outside for a ball to Riesenberger.
You know, and it's something, you know, thankfully, I never had to, I never thought about, I guess. And I guess that's bad on me. I never thought about those kids not ever getting to play baseball. And, of course, Johnny Bench had a big talk about the Abigail's Plan in his speech at the opening ceremonies last week. And They donated some money from Babe Ruth.
The 2-0 delivery. In there for a strike. 2-1 now to Riesenberger. And 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. California leading over Florida 8-0.
But it really has. It's brought the whole county together. And, of course, K2 Media, which is owned by my gentleman to the left, Kevin Kilpatrick. He did a nice video.
Riesenberger swings through that one, 2-2.
There's a nice little video of them, and it's been playing at area theaters, and it's pretty neat. Get on YouTube and Google Abigail's playing. You'll probably see Kevin's video pop up, or at least some games from that they've played up here when the weather conditions were nice. It'll jerk at your heartstrings, man, seeing how happy those kids are.
It was a no-brainer, man, whenever they asked us to get involved. The 2-2 delivery swung through and missed by Riesenberger. Ball was in the dirt. The catcher pounces on it and throws it on to first to complete the out. 2 away here in the bottom of the second as Riesenberger is retired.
I think everybody who's got a pulse in Lawrence County, business-wise, has donated time or money, whichever one they were able to do.
Camry Banks, the right fielder for Sarasota, now at bat. Banks wears number 22. First pitch is low and away. 2 runners on for Sarasota. They are trying to get on the board here in the bottom of the second. Runners on second and third. The 1-0 delivery is in there for a strike. 1-1 now to Banks.
Sarasota has done a really good job of getting guys on and threatening here, but let's see if they can get a timely hit now. Westchester's kind of shut them down a little bit since they got those 2 runners aboard.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. The 1-1 delivery, foul tipped, 1-2.
See one of my customers up in the Sarasota side from that area, currently lives in Lawrenceburg, cheering on his native Florida team. I wonder if he knows anybody here. I may have to go chat with him after the game to find out if he has any kinfolk on this team. I think he is from the Sarasota area.
The 1-2 delivery to Banks, swung on and missed. That will end the second inning. 2 hits, 2 runners left on base. 8-0 is the score. Westchester leading over Sarasota. It's the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance, and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
All 5 high schools in Lawrence and Giles counties. It's Exports Live every Monday and Thursday from 4 to 6, only on the Exports Radio Network.
And Cam, we've got another call to the bullpen.
Yeah.
Nick Saranzak is now batting.
This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Farm Bureau of Tennessee in Lawrence and Giles counties. Call Farm Bureau today to get your insurance checkup.
Saranzak pitching now for Sarasota, and he will face the batter Mateo Camano, who struck out his first at bat, as we are in the top of the third inning. 8-0, California leading over Sarasota, Florida.
At some point, and this could be a lot to do with why they're swapping pitchers for Sarasota often, and maybe why you're possibly not seeing guys maybe struggle a little bit to find the strike zone, is they're trying to save some arms.
Camano takes that for a strike, 0-1.
Because they're guaranteed a spot in the next round at this point, in the elimination round. Of course, you want your best pitching for that.
The 0-1 delivery to Camano. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
So I would, there was a team here last night who was aware that his team would be advancing and didn't want to use up arms, so he pitched a kid 149 pitches.
Rubber arm. The 0-2 delivery, swung on and missed. Camano goes down swinging.
Very nice. But, yeah, there was a few folks in and about that were none too pleased with that decision, but nonetheless, Coach knows his kids, and parents and the kid was okay with it. That's their decision.
Nate Lorenz now batting for Westchester. He walked his first plate appearance, also scored a run. First pitch to him is low and away.
What do you think the average is for Major League pitchers to pitch in a start?
In a start, 100, 105, somewhere in that area.
So a 15-year-old kid pitching 149 is excessive?
Just a wee bit, I would say.
Yeah, I think it is too.
I can't remember. Was it Francisco Liriano? Who was the pitcher that pitched the no-hitter for the Mets a few years ago? And Terry Collins left him out there, and he ended up pitching like 135 pitches. He got the no-hitter, but we haven't seen him since. The poor guy went down a couple of starts afterwards and has not been back to Major League Baseball.
It wasn't Liriano.
No, it wasn't Liriano.
He's with the Pirates.
Yeah, can't remember his name. But you remember who I'm talking about.
Yeah, Santana.
Yeah, was it Irvin
No,
Santana?
it wasn't Irvin.
It was the other Santana.
It was the one that was – I'll look that up.
Hang on. 3-1 delivery to Nate Lorenz. That ball is chopped just foul. 3-2 delivery coming up for Lorenz. And one away here in the top of the third inning. Westchester leading over Sarasota 8-0.
Johan Santana?
Johan Santana. That's who it was. It's lefty, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was unfortunate. He had already had Tommy John, I believe, prior to that. The 3-2 delivery is lined into left field for a base hit for Nate Lorenz. That was nice at bat there for Lorenz.
Of course, you will remember that game very well because it come against your Cardinals. Yeah, I think Johan had won a Cy Young in Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken. And
yeah, I think you're right.
That was the first no-hitter in Mets history. So you ask yourself, is it worth that?
Top of the lineup, Michael Gonzalez now batting. His third plate appearance here in the top of the third. He has doubled and walked and scored 2 runs. Also has an RBI.
I was going through some old baseball cards over the weekend and stumbled across an old David Weathers Cincinnati Reds card.
Check quickly on Lorenz. He is back safely at first. 1 runner on, 1 away in the top of the third.
Of course, David coaches a team here in the tournament, and saw him walking into the ballpark.
1-1 now to Gonzalez.
Handed him that baseball card because it looks just like his son Ryan in the picture of the card. And
I bet.
It's from '98. It's hilarious, and he was flipping out about it.
The 1-1 delivery is low to Gonzalez.
And what was funny, Kevin, as soon as I handed him the card, he knew the exact year it was.
Oh, wow. The 2-1 delivery to Gonzalez is lined into left field between short and third for a base hit. Runners on first and second for Westchester as they continue to roll.
Card was 17 years old. It's been a time ago.
Been a minute.
It's been a minute.
That's definitely a Tennessee saying. I had not heard that saying until I got here from Florida back in '05, and I heard somebody say it's been a minute, and I'm like, oh, that's a cool saying, you know. Now batting is Adrian Morales, who has walked and grounded out to second base. He's also scored a run. He shows bunt, pulls back, and will take the strike. Runners on first and second, one away in the top of the third. 8-0, Westchester leads over Sarasota. Morales batting for Westchester, wearing number 7. The blue and silver helmet, batting with a white aluminum bat with red lettering. Takes the second pitch. There for a ball, 1-1.
Just a little high.
Gonzalez with a sizable leadoff first. He is not being held on. And Saranzak will check on Lorenz, who is bobbing and weaving at second base, off the base several feet as well.
Somebody stopped me out of the ballpark last night.
The 1-1 delivery is low.
And asked me how many years did Davy Crockett live here in Lawrence County, since that's, we've been building up the land of Crockett and our promos, and of course we got a state park named that and statue on our square here.
Schools named after him.
Schools named after him. High school or a middle school, and we've got
Crockett Theater, Crockett Cinemas,
hospital.
There's a chopper to the shortstop, on to second for 1. 6-4-3, but not in time at first. We'll record 1 out though. 2 away here in the top of the third as Morales grounds into the fielder's choice.
I was ashamed that I didn't know the answer to that. I said, I don't know. I have to look it up. So I looked it up. How long do you think Crockett lived in Lawrence County? Surprising, actually.
Yeah, I'm going to say about 8 years.
It was less than that.
Really, like 6, 4?
It's 4 years.
I'll be dog. Man, I'm so competitive with trivia, too. And my first instinct was about 4 years, because there's a play written about him called The Gentleman from the Cane.
Yep, and you've performed it here.
We've performed it here in Lawrenceburg, and I thought from that play that it wasn't that long, so I knew it was a trick question. As that ball is lined into right field by Joe Fortin, another runner scores. Coming in to score is number 21, Nate Lorenz. And Fortin with an RBI single.
California continued to build on their lead here.
9-0.
They have 8 hits for the game. Yeah, so Davy Crockett moved here from East Tennessee, kind of known as a frontiersman, and helped develop and start Lawrence County, and was one of the founding commissioners of the city of Lawrenceburg and the county of Lawrence County. Established several businesses in town and opened up a mill on what was called then Sycamore Creek.
He accomplished a lot in his 4 years here.
He did, man. He really did. And he was, where Sycamore Creek's now known as Show Creek, but established the mill there, and also was a congressman from Lawrence County, was a colonel in the Tennessee militia.
Gervais now batting for Westchester. Count is now 1-1 to Gervais.
And so he kind of had a little accident with this mill set up where Crockett Park is now located.
The 1-1 delivery to Gervais is low. Now it's 3-0 actually.
Show Creek flooded, which is a feeder creek for the Tennessee River. It had a major flood in about 1820, 21, 22, somewhere in that area. And
the 3-0 delivery is in there for a strike. 3-1 to Gervais, with Morales on third, and at first base is Joe Fortin.
Wiped out his mill, and so his father-in-law gave him some land in West Tennessee.
That ball is grounded to shortstop. Gervais trying to beat out the play, but he will not, And that ends the top of the third inning. 1-run scores on 3 hits, 9-0. Westchester leading over Sarasota. This is the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
Portable power at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series is made possible by Rent Right in Lawrenceburg, located on Buffalo Road. Go see Rent Right. Of course, they have rented out some of their Coach Prevost buses to a lot of the families here to transport them back and forth to the ball fields. Very nice facility. Go see Bill and the gang down at Rent Right.
Tell you what, this California team is all over the Sarasota team, 9-0 as we head into the bottom of the third inning. And now batting is the leadoff batter for Sarasota, Christian Gardner, who popped up to second base his first at bat. 1-0 delivery is swung on and missed. He was actually attempting a bunt there, so 1-1 to Gardner. California with 8 hits so far. Sarasota with 3 hits. The 1-1 delivery is in there for a strike. 1-2 to Gardner. The 1-2. That hook is in there for it's called strike 3. Nicely done. Gardner goes down looking.
That was filthy.
Man, how do you you got to tip your hat to the guy. Max Sterner pitching for Westchester, the big lefty with a nasty hook that started way outside, then broke right over the center of the plate. One away as Robbie Vasallo comes to the dish. Foul tips the first pitch, 0-1. Quickly 0-2 as he foul tips the second pitch. Vasallo struck out his first time up. Sarasota fans pretty quiet, but trying to encourage the batter Vasallo as he sees that 0-2 delivery just a little bit low.
Yeah, the California crowd wanted it, but it was just a hair too low.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Vasallo. Did he hold up on that breaking ball? They do not appeal it. They do not appeal the check swing down to first base. So 2-2 count.
It is worth noting at this point that there is a run rule at these games. The 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, it's 10 after 5.
The 2-2 delivery is fouled away.
We're in the bottom of the third, so that's going to creep on up unless Sarasota can find their bats here in the bottom of the third. Two
away here in the bottom of the third inning. Vasallo goes down looking.
I think that's just unfair, that curve.
Man.
It's unfair to these Sarasota.
Sterner's got it working, and you got to figure with all the humidity in the air, you're going to be able to get a pretty solid grip on that ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And, man.
McCabe now batting, who singled his first time up. That ball is tipped out of play.
He sets him up, fastball, then just breaks that curve off. It's just filthy. You know, some of the kids we've seen this far in this tournament that has a really big hook.
Foul tipped.
Has not been able to continue that big hook throughout the course of the game. It seems like it kind of fades. I know Pennsylvania had a pitcher last night, had a circle curve that was really nasty first couple innings, and it just went away. I don't know if his arm got sore or if he quit throwing it this much to preserve his arm maybe. But, man, he has kept this thing going. There it is again.
The 0-2 delivery to McCabe is just outside. 1-2.
And he's got great control of it. He's only allowed 3 hits.
The 1-2. High and away. Even count, 2-2.
There's several teams still advancing in this tournament that want to keep an eye on.
Sterner winds and deals. That ball is just outside. Count is now full to McCabe.
This California team is definitely at the top of that list. So is Sarasota. Pennsylvania being another, in Lawrence County. Of course, Lawrence County and Pennsylvania play each other in the nightcap on the other field.
3-2 delivery is in there for a called strike 3. There's that breaking ball one more time. Sterner retires the side. 9-0 is our score. Westchester, California is leading over Florida. And the top of the 4th inning is coming up. It's the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players.
The Babe Ruth League's biggest summer events come to you from all across the country, from Cal Ripken Baseball to Babe Ruth Softball to Babe Ruth Baseball, BRN. The Babe Ruth Network is your daily insight into all things Babe Ruth League. Tune in every day to check out what's going on in these all-star tournaments and maybe catch your own team. Make our plays of the day. Go to BabeRuthNetwork.org.
Top of the 4th inning, Kennedy Guillen at the dish. 2-0 count. 9-0. Westchester leads over Sarasota. Now 2-1, as that one's in there for a strike from Saranzak. And thus far, it's all been about Max Sterner. 6 Ks through 3 innings for Westchester, and he is keeping this Sarasota team down. Westchester now batting, though, and they have plated 4 in the first, 4 in the second, and 1 in the 3rd inning as Kennedy Guillen swings through that one. The count is now 2-2.
Of course, you can follow Kevin and myself on Twitter. Kevin's handle is KK Voice Guy. You can follow me at Cam Mashburn.
That's simple enough. As that ball gets past the catcher, 3-2 count coming to Guillen. Got a pretty nice crowd here tonight.
Really do.
In spite of the inclement weather, as Guillen will take that for a ball, and he will reach on a base on balls. One runner on here in the top of the fourth.
I really like these bat boys. They stay on top of it, man.
They do. Kind of reminds you of the ball boys at tennis matches. Hanging out at the side of the net, running out there really quick, grabbing the ball, running back out. That ball is taken for a strike to Max Sterner, Saranzak's counterpart. 0-1 to Sterner, who doubled his first time up and grounded to the first baseman his second at bat. The 0-1 delivery is low, and it'll get away from the catcher, and Guillen will scoot on down to second base. He rounds second, threatens to go to third, but thinks better of it.
Of course, tonight we're back to the typical 3-umpire crew. Well, yesterday, for all 4 games that we covered and all 8 games played, they went with a 2-man crew to help preserve their energy, keep them rotated, keep them fresh.
The 1-1 delivery to Max Sterner, as Saranzak will wait a second as he steps off the mound. Wants to get the pitch call reset from his catcher. And now the catcher will step out to the mound to talk it over with Sterner. And catching tonight is Robbie Vassallo for Sarasota. We've seen Ben McCabe catching the previous games for Sarasota, but McCabe is playing left field tonight for Sarasota.
Tell you what, man, if you can go from catcher to left field, that's pretty versatile.
Yes, he is.
That's pretty versatile. I don't see many catchers that can swift enough on the feet to get out in the outfield and play.
Runner on second, no outs here in the top of the fourth. 9-0 is our score. The 1-1 delivery is in there for a strike. 1-2 now to Max Sterner.
When I was in Little League and Babe Ruth All-Stars, I added it up one time. I played every position except shortstop.
I'll be dog. The 1-2 is low, 2-2.
Not that I was versatile.
Okay.
It wasn't that. It was just injuries, and we'll see where we can stick him. He's got a good bat, but his glove is suspect. I think that was more the thinking. So where can we hide him?
Trying to find a position for you.
Yeah.
That ball is popped up into shallow right center field. Looking for it is the second baseman. The right fielder was holding up his arms. He didn't see it at all, and the ball will fall in for a base hit. The second baseman was the closest one there. The right fielder and center fielder did not see it, so Max Sterner will reach first base on a pop single.
Yeah, I don't know if he lost it in the lights or, it's not quite fully dark here yet, and still a little bit of blue in the sky and some clouds, so there could be some silver linings and things with the lights. It's creating a little bit of a glare.
Yeah, I imagine that was tough to follow with these conditions as they are, as you just described, Cam. First and third, no outs, top of the fourth inning. Now batting Hunter Lynch, who grounded to third his last time up and has walked and has 2 stolen bases.
Takes your eyes a minute to adjust when you look up directly into the lights.
First pitch to Lynch is in the dirt for a ball.
Of course, we were talking earlier in the game about some of the improvements made to these fields, scoreboards, but the lights are new on the Denver Trap Field, which is next door. Those were installed last summer for this World Series. New stands, new press boxes built on that field as well. A lot of concrete poured in the area.
Saranzak deals. That ball is low and in the dirt, and it gets away from the catcher. And coming in to score is number 3, Kennedy Guillen. 10-0. Westchester leads over Sarasota in the top of the fourth.
The winner of this game will be first place in this particular pool. Or at least there will be a tie for first. I know Brazoria County, I believe, is in that mix as well.
The 2-0 delivery to Lynch is in there for a ball.
Whichever team ends up first will get a bye in the elimination round, so that is always important.
And the second and third place teams, the second place team from the American division will play the third place team from the national division, and then vice versa.
That's right.
And then whoever wins that will go on to play the first place team that received the bye. And then the winner of that, those two games, will play for all the marbles.
That's exactly right.
3-0 delivery to Lynch. He's in there for a strike. He tosses his bat aside. He thought he got a walk, but he will grab his bat, maybe apologize to the umpire. Steps back in there, 3-1. Regardless of the score, which is 10-0, Westchester leading, you don't want to get on the bad side of the umpires because you're going to see them a little bit later on as well.
Yeah, it's the same two crews.
The runner goes down to third. The throw down is high and wild, and coming in to score now for Westchester will be Max Sterner. 11-0 is the score. Westchester leading over Sarasota in the top of the fourth.
And McCaleb did a fine job once he got that errant throw out in left field. Just running it in and hanging on to it, not trying to get the guy at home. If he throws home, the runner on second, or runner on first is going to be standing on second.
2 runs here in the fourth for Westchester.
You know, at this point, you do hope, if you're Sarasota, that you get the bats going. But at the same time, if you don't, just put this game in behind you because you're advancing. You're moving on. You've got 3 wins already. You're locked in. You just want to put this one behind you and get mentally prepared for the elimination round.
Now batting, Mateo Camano. Check on the runner at first. Hunter Lynch back in safely. Camano has struck out twice.
I tell you what, if I was ranking the teams right now after what I've seen the last couple of games from California, I'm putting them in the top 3.
Yeah,
just based on pitching.
California team, the Williamsport team comes to mind.
Yep.
They're solid as well.
Absolutely.
The Sarasota team seems to be uncharacteristic for them, what we've seen.
Yeah, I think it is. They're a very solid team.
Saranzak checks on Lynch at first. He's back in safely.
It's just if you get beat 11-0, if you're getting beat 11-0 in the at this point in the game, at the top of the fourth, it's kind of hard for me at this point to put them in that top 3 echelon. At this, not saying that they're not, because they very well could be. They've won 3 games, so they're obviously doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
But California seems to have found a little bit of pitching that they were lacking in that first game. Maybe it was just an off day pitching.
The 2-0 delivery to Camano. It's low. 3-0.
Of course, they do have 9 hits in the game, does California. Westchester. So they've also found a little bit of offense as well.
The 3-0 delivery is low, and that's the 8th walk of the evening.
And that's the difference in this game. That's the reason the score is 11-0. The main reason. Obviously, Westchester's done a nice job hitting, but excuse me.
So 2 runners on, first and second. 11-0 is the score here in the top of the fourth.
Getting a pitching change.
And we do have a pitching change, it looks like. So we're going to take a quick break. Again, 11-0 the score. Westchester leading over Sarasota, top of the fourth inning. This is the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the X-Sports Radio Network and X-Sports TV.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Farm Bureau of Tennessee in Lawrence and Giles counties. Call Farm Bureau today and get your insurance checkup. Who we got on the mound, Kevin?
Camry Banks is now pitching for Sarasota. Camry Banks, of course, was the right fielder. He is now the third pitcher of the evening for Sarasota as his warm-up pitch bounces off the dirt and right in front of my face.
You were jumping a little bit.
I know. There's a net there and everything, but I'm still scared like a little bunny.
Somebody, we were telling some jokes yesterday on the air, and somebody saw me at the funeral home earlier tonight and said, I was listening to your game. And
I know where this is going.
Yeah. He said, I said, oh, really? Which one? He said, I don't know. He said, it was the one you kept telling the cheesy joke. I said,
that could be any of them.
Yeah, but it was the how do you sneak up on or how do you catch a rabbit?
A unique rabbit. Unique up on it. I don't care. Here you are. That's funny right there. Now batting. Now batting for Westchester is number 19, and he has come into the game for Nate Lorenz. Number 19 takes the ball.
Oh, sorry.
1-0.
That's my cue. That's Garrett
Spikuza.
Yeah.
Garrett Spikuza now batting for Nate Lorenz.
We've seen Spikuza
and
before.
That's a wild pitch, and runners will advance to second and third now. So Hunter Lynch will be on third, and Mateo Camano will be at second base. And Garrett Spikuza is now batting for Nate Lorenz. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs here in the top of the fourth inning. 11-0, Westchester leading over Sarasota.
Of course, Sarasota will get one more shot. Actually, they're going to get 2 more shots.
Yeah, as the 10-run rule comes into effect after 5.
Right, we're in the top of the fourth.
That ball is low. Camry Banks with 4 straight balls. Loads the bases. He come in a tough situation, though. Spikuza walks in his first at bat. That is the 9th walk of the evening for the Sarasota pitching staff. And another ball in the dirt. Runners will hold.
And we've seen a little sportsmanship out of this California team. Of course, they had the 22-2 shellacking of Giles County on Saturday night, and that game got ugly quick. And it just took about 3.5 hours to complete.
Gonzalez now batting for Westchester. The second pitch to him is a ball. 2-0.
Of course, this game isn't anywhere near that level.
Gonzalez is 2 for 2 with a walk. 2 runs scored. That ball's low. 3-0.
Of course, El Segundo, California, is nearby to Westchester.
3-0 delivery is low, and that will force another runner to score. 3 have crossed the plate here in the fourth inning. That will be 12-0, Westchester leading over Sarasota.
El Segundo was World Series champion in Willingston, North Dakota a couple years back. Didn't even make it out of state this year. This Westchester team did.
Morales now batting, shows bunt, pitches low in the dirt, 1-0 to Morales, who has walked, reached on a fielder's choice, and has scored a run. Also grounded out to second base. The pitcher coming to talk now to Camry Banks, who has yet to throw a strike. It's a tough situation for this Florida team. As you mentioned, Cam, they're likely going to be one of the top 1, 2, or 3 teams.
Yeah, no question, yeah.
And they're trying to spare some of their other arms.
That's exactly what's happening.
So
and
they got to get one guy to just kind of take it for the team, don't they?
Yeah, at this point, you have to be thinking, obviously Sarasota wants back in the game. That would be ideal, but you do want to save some of your arms. You are moving on. This game got out of hand pretty quickly. You got 8 runs. You're down 8-0 going into the top of the third, and it just, at that point
that ball's in there for a strike. So nicely done by Banks.
At that point, you definitely wanted, to start saving some arms, and they may even be playing for 5 innings. I don't know.
Yeah.
The
0-1 delivery is low.
We've seen a lot of strategic moves by these coaches because, the bye is going to be nice, and they did have a shot for that bye heading into this game.
The 1-1 delivery is lined into right center field, and it will fall in for a base hit. Another runner scores, and coming in attempting to score is number 19, but he is hosed at the plate. There's some positivity. Garrett Spicuzza rounded third and tried to score, but he will be gunned out at home, 1 away. But the score is 13-0, Westchester over Sarasota here in the top of the 4th.
Spicuzza got a wake-up call as that tag kind of caught him up high. He didn't get underneath. Of course, it was waiting on him by the time he was about 10 feet from home, but kind of caught him in the facial area. Hope he's okay.
You have to,
see it there. Ooh.
Of course, the players are going to be aggressive no matter what, but you have to wonder if, the catcher's like, you know what, you guys are up 13-0. Do you really need to be trying to score this run?
Yeah.
Oh, that ball is drilled into deep right field. The right fielder looks over his head, and it's going to be up against the wall. Fortin on his way to second, and he thinks better of it, and he's going to retreat back to first base. But there is an RBI single off the wall. They call that a loud single, Cam.
Yes, it was. That was definitely warning track power, and that ball almost got out of the park. And, we mentioned it earlier, they're maybe saving some arms. Hey, just get out there and throw strikes. Well, he grooved that one.
He sure did. Another runner scores. So 14-0, Westchester leading over Sarasota here in the top of the 4th inning. RBI single for Joe Fortin, off the wall single. Now batting is Ryan Gervais, and he is the 10th batter of this inning. And Gervais takes the first pitch high, 1-0. The 1-0 delivery is low, 2-0. Gervais has doubled and is flown out to left field and is also grounded out to shortstop. He has 1 RBI and 1 run scored on the day. That's low. 3-0 to Gervais.
Tell you what, this is a perfect night for baseball. Perfect night for anything.
Mm-hmm.
This is the kind of night I usually take advantage of and sit on the back porch. Of course, I live on Shoal Creek. There's a walk.
Gervais reaches. That is the 11th walk for the Sarasota pitching staff.
I live out on the main feeder creek for the Tennessee River, or one of them.
And we're going to see a pitching change. 14-0 is our score. Westchester leading over Sarasota, top of the 4th inning. This is the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit clawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story & Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story & Lee.
We know when we come into Story & Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You got to come see Story & Lee.
Story & Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name: Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Farm Bureau of Tennessee in Lawrence and Giles Counties. Call Farm Bureau today and get your insurance checkup. Who's coming to the mound, Kevin?
Will Reisenberger will now be pitching, and Will started off at third base, and he is the fourth pitcher of the evening for Sarasota. Sarasota pitching staff having issued 11 walks thus far in the evening, and here in the top of the fourth inning, Westchester has batted around. Kennedy Guillen started off the inning with a walk. And Kennedy Guillen has also singled and popped up to short. He scored a run earlier in the inning. One away here in the top of the fourth. 14-0, Westchester leading over Sarasota.
Sarasota has allowed 24 base runners through the top of the fourth.
The first pitch now to Guillen is high. The 1-0 is lifted into deep left field. It's going to be over the head of the left fielder. One run will score, and you got to credit this Westchester team for that sportsmanship. A couple more could have scored, but they opted to hold Guillen to a single and hold the runners on all the bases. Bases remain loaded. That was nice sportsmanship there from Westchester. But one run in, nevertheless. That puts our score at 15-0.
Yeah, we've seen this from this Westchester team a couple times. Of course, Westchester's only allowed 3 hits in the game.
So we got Joe Fortin at third, Ryan Gervais at second, Kennedy Guillen at first for Westchester. The first pitch in there to Max Turner is a called strike. Reisenberger deals. That ball's fouled out of play, 0-2. Max Turner has been pitching a heck of a game for Westchester. Now batting, he has singled and doubled and also grounded to first. He's got 2 runs scored on the evening as well.
We ask that you please do not use flash photography.
Got an umpire warning them fans about flash photography.
This is Guillen's second at bat of the inning. And they bat 10 batters, opting to go with the extra hitter in the lineup. That ball is high, 1-2 to Sterner. The 1-2 delivery. It's tap foul. Reisenberger with a very deliberate delivery from the mound. He's going from the windup. I'm sure the coach was just like, just throw strikes. just throw strikes.
I think you're right.
That ball is way outside as he tries to break off a curve.
I would like to know how many innings what are the pitching, whether this is what string of these pitchers as far as is this.
Yeah.
It's just a kid. Oh, I've pitched once in Cal Ripken.
That ball is tapped foul. Max Sterner with a 2-2 count. Bases are loaded, one away. Top of the fourth inning. Westchester has plated 6 runs here in the top of the fourth, adding to their total, and they lead 15-0.
They're definitely in arm-saving mode, is Sarasota.
The 2-2 delivery is lined back through the middle, base hit. And that ball is going to get past the center fielder just a little bit. Runners will only advance one base. Joe Fortin comes in to score. That's an RBI single for Max Sterner.
It's a fine line, throwing guys out there that aren't used to pitching quite as much, that are better at other positions. Do you do this and we obviously grooving some pitches, and basically Westchester's they've really got a hold of 3 or 4 balls here in this inning. Do you continue at this pace, hoping it doesn't demoralize your kids, or do you put in one of your better pitchers, maybe someone you're not, maybe 3rd or 4th down the line, and hope that it gets you out of this game?
That remains to be seen, Cam, as that ball is thrown behind the back of Hunter Lynch, who has walked twice and grounded out to third. Also has two stolen bases on the night.
Of course, after Westchester did this to Pulaski, Giles County, we kind of wondered the same thing. Is this going to be a dejecting loss for Giles County? Of course,
Reisenberger deals that one for a strike. 1-1 to Lynch.
Giles County was winless at the time. Sarasota has 3 wins under the belt, so they're definitely moving on.
Yeah, as we've mentioned, this is uncharacteristic for the Sarasota team, as that one's in there for another strike. 1-2 to Lynch.
I'm not as surprised by the amount of runs given up, but I'm not shocked that they're giving up some runs based on saving arms. What I'm more shocked about for the Sarasota team is they've only got 3 hits and they've yet to post a run.
The 2-2 delivery popped into left field. McCabe gathers, camps, makes the play. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Lynch flies out. Mateo Camano now bats. Mateo has walked and struck out twice. He's also scored a run. First pitch is high. Base is still loaded here in the top of the fourth, as that ball is taken outside. 2-0 to Camano. 7 runs have crossed the plate here in the fourth. For Westchester, they lead 16-0 over Sarasota. That ball is poked into left field, and it's going to be handled by McCabe. 7-run score on 4 hits in the top of the fourth. 16-0 is the score. Sarasota coming up in the top half of the fifth. This is the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the X-Sports Radio Network and X-Sports TV.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown, where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee. serving the state for over 150 years.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Farm Bureau of Tennessee in Lawrence and Giles County. Call Farm Bureau today. Get your insurance checkup. We've got another one for Westchester.
And it's Flores. Flores now pitching for Westchester. Max Sterner was pitching, and he threw a fine game, but going to save that arm.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how far down or up the totem pole that Max is, but after the way he pitched tonight, you've got to think he's pretty high up. And, he's going to have some innings left if this California team reaches the championship game. So he may be able to come in and out of the bullpen and really do some damage.
Sterner completes his evening with 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 3 hits. These stats unofficial, but they should be pretty close.
What was it, 7 or 8 strikeouts?
6 strikeouts.
6
strikeouts in 3 innings.
Wow.
He recorded 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and struck out the side in the third, all looking.
Yeah, and that matches what we've seen for
a full game, for 6 innings, I believe.
Yeah, Esposito from Pennsylvania had 6 in a game as well, and so he had that through 4, which is impressive.
McCarty now batting for Sarasota as they will attempt to get on the board here in the bottom of the 4th inning. McCarty walked his first time up. McCarty is the extra hitter for Sarasota.
And this kid on the mound for Westchester, California, has the sunglasses. We seen him in game number 1. And we wondered if they were sunglasses or tinted eyeglasses, but I believe they're sunglasses, Kevin.
First pitch is a ball.
Of course, it's completely dark here now.
He's like Corey Hart. He's so cool he wears his sunglasses at night.
I was supposed to start saying that.
But I really have to believe those are probably prescription, glasses that just are a little bit tinted. Maybe we could find that out later on.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Flores deals, and that ball is hit into left field for a base hit. Lined into left field. McCarty reaches with a single.
You kind of have to wonder as well, is it if they're tinted, that change, with the lights, it's the lights in the ballpark causing that, or is do the light, has he got some kind of eye sensitivity that he has to have some sort of sunglasses, that there could be, I'm sure there's a great reason for it, and it's just, we don't know it.
Chase Doyle now batting. Grounded out to the pitcher his first time up.
A wide open stance.
Flores deals. And that ball is lifted just beyond the third base bag, but retreating back to make the catch is Joe Fortin to retire Doyle. 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Saranzak now batting. Takes the first pitch for a strike.
Nice 2-seam fastball, tailing away.
1 on, 1 out for Sarasota. Saranzak down 0-2. Sarasota trailing 16-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. Flores deals. Saranzak pops that into right field, and it's going to drop safely for a base hit. And holding at first for a moment was DJ McCarty because he wasn't sure if the ball was going to be caught, and he is thrown out trying to reach second base.
Yeah. And
Close call.
It was, and it's not really McCarty's fault. It was kind of hit on his side of the field, and it was a bloop shot.
So that will go down now as a fielder's choice. That's how Saranzak reaches. But that will be the second out of the inning. And now batting is Sebi Hazit. Hazit takes that first one for a strike. The 0-1 delivery is in there for a strike, quickly 0-2.
Unless Sarasota can mount a miracle comeback here. It's going to leave 2 undefeated teams in the pool play tournament. And those 2 teams will square off tonight.
1 ball, 2 strikes now to Hazit. Bottom of the 4th inning. Sarasota trying to get on the board as they trail 16-0 at the hands of Westchester.
Of course, we're talking about Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and Lawrence County, Tennessee. So Pennsylvania and Tennessee will square off in the nightcap on Denver Trap.
One of those teams will end up with a loss after the night.
That's exactly right.
The 2-2 delivery to Hazit. Popped in front of the second baseman, and he camps underneath it and will record the 3rd out. 1 hit, no runs. 16-0 is our score. Sarasota trailing to Westchester. Top of the 5th on the way. This is the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
We're back at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV as Garrett Spacuzza steps up to the plate. He walked his first time up, and he was in relief of Nate Lorenz as we enter the top half of the 5th inning. Sarasota trailing 16-0 to Westchester, California. First pitch is a ball, and the second pitch is lined to the first baseman. Hit sharply, but it is snared by the first baseman for Sarasota. 1 away.
You have to think at this point both these teams just want this one to be over.
you do kind of have to figure that.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to bode well for both teams to get it over with and get some rest and get ready for an elimination round.
Now batting for Westchester is Michael Gonzalez, who has walked twice. He singled, doubled, scored 3 runs. Also has an RBI. Ball's in there for a strike, and he knew it. 1 ball, 1 strike to Gonzalez. He's had a productive night. A lot of these players from Westchester have had productive nights.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to choose a player of the game, but I have an idea.
All right.
I have an idea for that one. We've got a really good pitching performance for Westchester.
The 2-1 delivery is lined just foul of the first base bag. And our bat boy is down there to retrieve it. And he will roll it over to the Sarasota dugout.
Breaking news out of the major leagues. Yankees pitcher Brian Mitchell took a line drive to the face.
2-2 delivery is grounded to second baseman, on to first, and Gonzalez is retired. 2 away.
Number 7, Adrian Morales.
Look at the pictures from that. He walked away under his own power, but it looks really nasty. Hope he's all right. Yankees pitcher.
We certainly do. First pitch to Morales. It's taken for a ball.
Don't ever want to see anybody get hit playing a game.
No.
Not like that.
Morales lifts this one to center field, over the head of the center fielder, and Morales will be at second and pull up with a double. Hit that one on the button.
Sure did. We've seen some players in major leagues get caught in the face here lately. You know, Giancarlo
Stanton.
Giancarlo, I keep saying Juan Carlos, but Giancarlo Stanton got hit in the face, and of course Aroldis Chapman for the Cincinnati Reds.
Jason Hayward when he was a Brave.
That's right, he did.
And Jason Hayward now wears the helmet with the protective face guard that comes over the mouth and chin area.
Of course, he's a fantastic fielder.
He sure is. They consider him to be the best right fielder in the league. As Fortin is now batting. He hit that shot off the right field wall his last at bat, did Fortin. And he is now up 1-0. 2-0.
Of course, the knock on Jason Hayward has always been his inability to hit the breaking ball. Seems to have gotten a little better this year at times.
Yeah, he started out the season in a big-time slump, but since, I believe it's June, the middle of June, he's batting about .335 as that ball is lifted into deep right field, but it's playable, and it will be recorded for the third and final out. Fortin retired. Bottom of the fifth coming up, 16-0 is the score. Westchester with one final opportunity next. This is the check that Sarasota with one final opportunity next. It's the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
It ought to be a good game, though, because both teams were decent.
And I missed the cue for Exports Live. Join us every Monday and Thursday for Exports Live from 4 to 6 p.m., where locals going to talk sports, pigskin prognosticating.
As that ball is lifted into center field by Hayes Bush, and it will be caught for an out. Go ahead, Cam.
I finished it.
I finished it. That was it.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about when we came back from the break, some of the teams that are in the tournament still, and we got a quality matchup coming up in our next game between Fargo, North Dakota, and Pittsfield, Mass.
Yeah.
We've seen both teams play, and they're both good ball clubs.
Yeah, we were just going over that matchup, and of course, internet has been down throughout the area today and causing some difficulties. So we've got a little bit different setup tonight, and we're sometimes having a little trouble getting back on our cues. That's okay. That's all on
Translation.
me. It ain't we.
Can't miss the cue.
Yeah, it's not we. It's me.
No, that's fine. These things happen. Like you said, we're in unusual circumstances, and that's just the way it goes. We got to roll with the punches. Now batting is Will Reisenberger, and he is down 0-2, and foul tips that one. Sarasota trying to get something going here in the bottom of the fifth in their last opportunity to get back in this thing as they trail 16-0 to Westchester. That ball is poked over the second baseman's head. He actually tips it, and oh man, he tips it. Foul tips it, and they're waiting in shallow right field was Max Sterner. He took the tip off the ground and threw it onto first base to record the out.
I don't know if the Sarasota player just kind of gave up on that or if he was just, in fact, playing that shallow, but it hit off the glove, like you said, of the second baseman. And he was there to pick it up.
So that out will be recorded 9-3.
Don't see that too often, do you?
You do not.
No.
Camry Banks now batting for Sarasota. The final opportunity to get back in this thing for Sarasota here in the bottom of the fifth. Count is now 1-1.
His glasses aren't as dark this inning.
I know you're disappointed, Cam.
He's got the Ricky Vaughn look now. We've seen a couple of Ricky Vaughns.
2 balls, 1 strikes to Bank.
Had a lot of fun with that last night.
That was the pitcher from Pittsfield.
Yeah.
The 2-1 delivery is low, 3-1.
I'm anxious to see this Pittsfield MA catcher once again.
I'm excited because we have internet here at the park now.
Oh, internet's back up.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to live stream. That's awesome.
The 3-1 delivery now is chopped to the third baseman. He's going to have to hurry that throw. He throws it over, but not in time. So Banks will reach on an infield single. Top of the order coming up, Christian Gardner. He started out pitching for Sarasota. He was replaced by Saranzak. Saranzak was replaced by Reisenberger. Reisenberger was replaced by Banks. Banks was replaced by Bush. Sarasota had 5 pitchers and 5 innings tonight as they struggled to get the ball in the strike zone.
Update from the other field. Texas, South Missouri County currently leads Montana 7-2, top of the 7th.
Count is now 1-1 to Gardner. Swing and a miss, 1-2. One final strike remains for Sarasota as we are in the bottom of the 5th inning, and they trail 16-0 to Westchester. The 1-2 delivery is grounded to shortstop, and he will flip on over to second base, and this ball game is over. Westchester wins 16-0 over Sarasota, Florida. Both teams now with a 3-1 record in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. We'll come back and recap this game right here on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story & Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story & Lee.
We know when we come into Story & Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story & Lee.
Story & Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name: Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
16-0 is the final. The Pacific Southwest team from California defeating the Southeast team from Sarasota, Florida. Westchester over Sarasota, 16-0 here on Tom Cruise Field. The game final in 5 innings. And our first volunteer player of the game is Max Sterner, the pitcher from Westchester. Threw a great ball game, and he was lifted after 3 innings. He threw 6 strikeouts in 3 innings, so he is our first volunteer player of the game. The U-Save Car and Truck Save of the game. It's brought to you by U-Save Car and Truck Rental, where you always have a choice. U-Save Car and Truck Rental, the official rental car company of the Exports Radio Network and the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. And I'm going to let Cam go over the save of the game.
Oh, thanks, Kevin.
Well, throw you right under that bus.
It was hard to pick a save in the game in a 16-0 game. We put the save of the game as the run rule.
And that makes sense, though, because they're saving those arms from the Sarasota team.
That's right.
They knew they were out of it, so they were swapping out pitchers. And
it saves both teams' arms for the elimination run because both teams are moving on at 3-1.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. And time now for the Casino Real play of the game, brought to you by Casino Real, the home of authentic Mexican taste. And in the first inning, it was the RBI double from Ryan Gervais, and that RBI double in the first was enough as Sarasota not able to put any runs on the board, and so that first RBI in the first inning was enough to win this ball game, even though they went on to score 15 more. That is our Casino Real play of the game. Cam, a little preview of our upcoming game.
Yeah, we've got 2 teams squaring off in the nightcap. We've got Pittsfield, Massachusetts, and Fargo, North Dakota. So that game will be coming up here in about 30 minutes or so. And we will come back, and we'll be online streaming that on xsportsradio.com.
And we're excited about all that. So once again, our final 16-0, Westchester, California over Sarasota, Florida. Both teams now with a 3-1 record. And again, we're going to come back with that next game here in just a little bit. For Cam Mashburn, I'm Kevin Kilpatrick. It's the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.